Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing the 13th episode of Season 1 of Spectacular Spider-Man, known as Nature vs. Nature. Now, Nature vs. Nature is the 13th and final episode of Season 1 of Spectacular Spider-Man, and after basically doing this one, I will be moving to episodes from Spider-Man the New Animated Series to cover next. So, Nature vs. Nature is meant to pick up after the events of the last episode. We kind of see how Peter Parker cuts his deal with Tombstone as Spider-Man, and we kind of see how Peter tries to get back his life on track and apologise to the people who he cares about. And I think what makes the episode work is you can kind of tell MJ warns Peter of what Eddie's capable of, but you can tell Peter still wants to believe he's still his friend, despite MJ's protests. And I think this does work, because you can tell MJ knows that Eddie Brock is too dangerous and kind of deluded to be sort of talked with. And we do see how Peter does try to put things back on the right path, as well as that we do see how Aunt May is going to be released from the hospital. And I think the point of Eddie becoming Venom is meant to show what Peter will become if he let the darkness sink in. And we do see Eddie becoming Venom to his full core. We do see how he toys with Peter, tries to kind of bring out the worst in him, and I think this is where we do see both former friends duke it out. And we even do see Eddie at his lowest when he puts Gwen in danger and even willing to go for Aunt May. I think the episode works slightly, and I think what makes it work is when you do see Eddie with a black shirt, it's meant to symbolise him becoming the very thing he hated. And we do kind of see Peter with the gene cleanser, wondering if being Spider-Man is what he was meant to be. And I think the episode does work, as, yeah, you can kind of tell the point of Venom was just meant to be something darker and more sinister, showing Eddie at his full core, while Peter was just trying to talk down and calm Eddie down. And I think the episode works a bit, but at the same time, I still think there could be a moment with Peter to say, I know you're in a lot of pain, but I'm not responsible for your problems. I think what Infinity Train got right at, when we did see Grace finally realise and question her actions, you can tell she tries to kind of calm Simon down and try to kind of make him see reason. And we did see Simon's downfall to his full core, and we got more time to see how Simon wanted to believe deep down he was the good guy. I think with the 13 episodes and some of the episodes Eddie was in, sort of worked, but I think they could have done more of a build-up if they had done it carefully. I think, in my opinion, the 13th episode does work, because you do see Peter questioning if he does let people down, which he doesn't intentionally, but wants to do the right thing, but at the same time it's always going to backfire on him. And I think the point of Peter caring about Gwen was meant to show how Gwen was always there for Peter, while Eddie just saw Gwen as someone he wanted as well, and there were kind of hints to it. I think the 13th episode works at places and shows you how Peter was meant to pull back and realise his mistakes, similar to Grace from Infinity Train, while Eddie Brock became the very thing he hated and blamed those around him, like Simon. I think the 13th episode does work, and it definitely still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. And I think the first season is weaker at places, and did felt like there was a lot of things they could have done more with season 1, like focusing on the Venom story, then kind of putting in the Green Goblin for 2 episodes, and kind of trying to build things up a bit more carefully. As I think the point of world building, you want to set things up carefully, but not rush too much in. Something I think Marvel Spider-Man was definitely guilty of, and I think Ultimate Spider-Man was partly guilty of. So I think season 1 definitely deserves 2 thumbs in the middles. It's not bad, not the greatest, but it definitely deserves some recommendation. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.